It feels insane that an all-time great is having what could be the best offensive season of his career, but yet it seems to be flying under the radar. Giannis Antetokounmpo is once again posting up another MVP caliber type of year, but the Bucks' rocky season with coaching changes, up and down defense, among other things, have largely buried what has been a gem from one of the game's greatest players. With all the drama and injuries, you look up and the Bucks have a 45-24 record, are on track to be the second seed, and Giannis will soon wrap up another top 3 MVP finish. So let's highlight what has been the best version of Giannis on offense. Giannis Antetokounmpo is averaging 31 points, 11 rebounds, and a career-high 6.5 assists per game. And he's doing this while shooting over 61% from the field, which is far and away the best mark of his career. In fact, this Giannis season has generated a career-high in 2-point field goal percentage, effective field goal percentage, and true shooting percentage. Like in many other seasons, Giannis has just been an unstoppable force as a scorer. He's one of the best rim pressure guys we have ever seen, and for the 4th straight year, his rim field goal percentage is at least 75% or better. Giannis has just been absurd this year with his efficiency. The extra spacing provided by merely having Damian Lillard on the court and Malik Beasley shooting anything and everything in sight has just given Giannis more room to operate. Giannis is still seeing extra defenders every night on a consistent basis, and that part ain't gonna change. But now defenders are maybe an extra step or two away from helping because they have to account for all the shooting on the floor. So if you're giving Giannis even another foot of space, that's more than enough for him to just destroy opposing defenses. A whopping 65% of Giannis's shot attempts this season have come at the rim, his highest frequency since the 2018-19 season, where 66% of his shots came at the rim. As a result, this means Giannis has taken the lowest number of mid-range shots in 4 seasons and the lowest number of 3-point attempts since the 2017-18 season. By the way, as a quick aside, Giannis has been shooting 35% from 3 since the new year on nearly 2 attempts per game. Take that for what you will. The absurd scoring this year has also coincided with his best season as a playmaker. He is leveraging the extra space he gets, the attention he gets, and constantly manipulates defenses to make the extra pass. I noticed this year that Giannis has been getting more creative with the types of passes he is throwing and how clever he has gotten making reads. He has always been an above-average playmaker, but it just feels like Giannis has expanded and refined his passing ability this season, and it has been highlighted on a team that has more shooting around Giannis than ever before. Giannis has thrown some ridiculous outlet passes, whip-around passes, keeps finding bigs in the dunker spot with some clever drop-off passes, reads where he is like a quarterback holding a free safety with his eyes. Of course, Giannis can keep it simple too and kick it out to a shooter when the double comes from one pass away, but at the same time, nothing hits like when Giannis whips the ball to the opposite corner. In general, I feel like Giannis has taken another jump this year in making plays, and he's more unstoppable than ever, if that can even be a thing. It's just weird to me that Giannis keeps being thrown in as an afterthought in the MVP discussion this season. To this point, people have framed the MVP conversation to be a 2-man race between Nikola Jokic and gilgeous-alexander. And those two guys should be rightfully talked about as tier 1 MVP candidates. Somehow though, Giannis is being placed a tier below them. And I'm looking at this stat line of 30, 11, and 6 on 60% shooting while still playing elite defense, even if it has fallen off a bit and the Bucks on the whole have stunk on defense this year, even with the slight improvement under Doc Rivers, and I'm wondering why Giannis's MVP case isn't being talked about enough. He is the crux of a top 5 offense. The Bucks, even with their rocky season, are still winning games, and every one of Giannis's teammates play better when he is on the court versus when he is off the court. By the time the regular season ends, Giannis is going to be the first player in NBA history to average over 30 points per game while shooting 60% from the field. That is truly absurd. You can look at some advanced metrics and stats from past Giannis seasons and make the argument that he has had better offensive years. I just think with the advanced level and playmaking Giannis has displayed, and how he's posting his most efficient season ever scoring the ball and just attacking the rim even more compared to over the previous 4 seasons, this is the most complete Giannis has looked on offense in my opinion. And we should not let this season go under the radar or take it for granted, because an all-time great is still reaching levels that he has never been to before as a player.